Your health is your wealth. Yes. Isn't this gorgeous from my gym? From my gym. Overlooking the ocean. On the 24th floor. Look at this. Yeah, let's talk about vitamin D3, why it's so essential to life, why I'm getting my vitamin D from the sun. I am up here on the 24th floor in my beautiful luxury condo. Of course, I live in Tower A. I'm in Tower B because it has a exposed swimming pool, but Tower A is right there. And I have pools on the ground level between the two towers, and my pool in Tower A on the 23rd floor, covered pool. So in the evening when the sunset will hit that pool, so it gets a little warm. Now you get this beautiful video, this sun tanning and getting my vitamin D3. But in the same time, I'm getting oxidated. Why? Because you know how the metal rust, it gets brown. You know why your body gets brown when you get the sun tanning? Because it burns out, it takes out your antioxidant. It consumes your antioxidant. It knocks off your atom to the electrons that are stable to each atom. So there are 2 electrons to each atom. And so what it does, it knocks off many of these electrons off. It takes the body out of balance, and those unstable electrons, they start to bump into each other. And you start having high inflammation, what you call ROSs. Dr. Robert Lustig from Stanford University talks extensively about this. And the only way you lower your ROS is by taking in vitamin D3 orally. I mean vitamin C, antioxidants. So it's amazing for vitamin D to get your vitamin D from the sun. Plus I use vitamin D3 drops, organic raw vitamin D3, because you need to push your vitamin D3 above 60 if you can. It's not easy to do it. So why vitamin D3 so essential? But you have to make sure that you take a lot of vitamin C, because what vitamin C does, it lends electron donors to the atoms that lost electrons, so it can become stable again. Not just the browning from the sun can knocks off your electrons, but medications and junk food, etc., etc. By the way, this video for informational purpose only. My name is Cody Michael. I work in the raw material business. I live in this heaven here in Southeast Asia while I'm roaming the world looking for the best raw materials outside of China and with no chemicals. Product like this here, vitamin D3. We use lanolin from the wool of the sheep, sourced from Australia. And we use vitamin K2. If you zoom here and you can see the fact sheet, or you can go to their website, there's all types of information. Vitamin K2 is extracted from natto, fermented soy, most expensive in the world. We import it from Japan. Then we have extra virgin organic olive oil from Greece and unrefined MCT oil from Mexico. And vitamin D love to sit in a fat state, which makes it available for you to take even without food. This amazing product here contains 180 servings for 2,500 IU daily. If you want to take 5,000, it's 90 servings. It's about $160. Today they're offering like 40 or 30% off. And I buy 20 or 30 of those because I supply the raw materials. I cannot make 10,000 bottles for myself. I have to buy it from a company that I supply the raw materials for, and I know how well they develop their products, like lookenvibrant.com, Tesla Nutrition, or other holistic doctors that we provide our products to. So what vitamin D3 does. We know that in Corona days, that vitamin D3 in people who were sufficient in vitamin D3 in Indonesia, the research shows 99% survived the CV-19. And those who had low vitamin D3, almost all of them died from CV-19. It is so essential to immunity. So it connects the two ends of the cells. That's what vitamin D3 does. But it cannot work without MK7, K2, vitamin K2, because vitamin K2, it tells vitamin D3 to go and deposit calcium into the bones. If you don't have vitamin K2, then body cannot recognize what vitamin D3 is when you take it orally, because vitamin D3 is recognized from the sun only. So it comes to the skin, then converted into the liver, converted into the cholesterol, etc., etc. Vitamin D3 showed research, the longer your vitamin D3, the longer your telomeres, which means it's connected to your aging clock on a DNA level. So vitamin D3 also, according to Dr. John Campbell, which you can see many of his videos on YouTube, showed that it's connected directly to strong immunity, and for people to survive, to have strong immunity, to help fight diseases. Like I said, as I am right now, getting my vitamin D from the sun in my beautiful condo on the 24th floor. And this building goes a lot higher than 24th floor. It's as high as that black building. I need my vitamin C. So I have my vitamin C in my pocket. Every hour I take 500 milligram. If I'm in the sun more than an hour, I will take a little bit more, because I know the sun that knocks off so many electron donors that I need vitamin C to donate electrons. Like vitamin C works as a bank that lend money. So it's an electron donor. Same thing, CoQ10 is an electron donor. But vitamin C, it's one of the most essential. And don't forget vitamin C for health skin and collagen skin. So you need so many different nutrients that works in your body on a daily basis. Not just what you eat, is what you absorb. So most of our nutrients, most of our food these days is depleted of key nutrients. We know that. If you go to the US Agriculture Department website, it will show you that 90% of our soil is depleted from minerals. And here's the problem. Minerals are the spark plugs that activate vitamins, just like that 1,250 horsepower new ZRX1 Corvette. Without that spark plugs, you cannot turn that big powerful engine on. So you need to know facts. You need to apply knowledge. People look at this vitamin D3 that costs $160 and say, wow, did you know what it took to ship product like these, vitamin D3 from Australia at a $3,000 per kilo to the United States? And vitamin K2 extracted from natto, fermented soy from Japan, which is more expensive than vitamin D3. And then to be made in an NSF certified facility in the United States, which means is the highest GMP certification in the world. You know what it takes? I bet you most of you spend a lot more on Starbucks every month than $160. When it comes to your health, you go buy that cheap vitamin D3 supplement that doesn't work. University of Colorado reminded the scientific community back in 1999 that most of vitamin D on the market is nothing but a rat poison, because it's synthetic and your body and mind is carbon based. Synthetic is made from chemicals, carbon and synthetic. They do not assimilate. You need to have vitamin that works with your body, that is recognized by the human body and can be absorbed and used and utilized. That's why millions of Americans have been using vitamins like vitamin D for many years without any health benefits. Actually, integrated cardiologist Dr. Joel Kahn on PBS said he had tested his patients for vitamin D, and he found out that 40% of them, they had what he called a silent killer, a calcium deposit around the heart tissue. And he relates that to so many of them using cheap synthetic vitamin D, because when you use cheap synthetic vitamin D, the body cannot recognize what it is. It ends up depositing calcium into the blood, increasing blood calcification by about 40% and increasing heart attack by about 40%, because the body don't know what it is. That's why you have to have the right vitamin D3 with the right K2 and the right ratio. For every 5,000 IU of vitamin D3, you need to have minimum of 80 microgram of vitamin K2 in order for that chemical reaction to take place in the body, according to researcher, her name Dr. Kate Blue from Canada, who had done extensive research on the best way to utilize and develop vitamin D3. So we look at every research, the amount of nutrient they use, how they use it, how it worked, and then after a long brainstorming with our biochemist and nutrition consultant, we develop products like this. We sell it to companies like lookenvibrant.com and other holistic doctors and homeopathic centers, but it will be under their own name, like private label. Pray for peace in the world. Love your neighbors. I don't know who's my neighbors. They're from all over the world, mostly Europeans and Americans, because locals, they cannot live in these buildings, mostly because it's very expensive for them. And pray for peace in the world. Support no war. Love everyone. Forgive your enemies. Focus on your health, my friend. Your health is your wealth. Don't look at this as a purchase. Look at it as an investment. Shalom, shalom, shalom.